Well, the first day of the liquor baron Vijay Mallya's extradition hearing took place on Tuesday in Britain's High Court, and fugitive businessman Vijay Mallya appeared before the Royal Court of Justice after launching an appeal in Britain's High Court. The appeal is against the 2018 decision to extradite him to India to face fraud charges resulting from the collapse of his defunct company, Kingfisher Airlines. Mallya's lawyers claimed multiple errors in the magistrates' court order. This hearing's verdict will decide whether the former liquor baron will continue to stay in the UK or whether he will be sent back to India. Vijay Mallya remains on bail involving a bond worth £650,000 and other restrictions on his travel while he contests his ruling. Mallya is wanted in India for money laundering and fraud, owing Indian banks over 9,000 crore rupees. He also faces charges of fraud and violation of Foreign Exchange Management Act. Vijay Mallya is now seeking permission to appeal against the order to extradite him to India, which was signed off by UK's Home Secretary Sajid Javid last year. If Mallya loses this case, he will need to be extradited to India within 28 days. The judgment in the case will be pronounced next month. And our London Bureau Chief Mandy Clark has more.
On the first day of the appeals court hearing for Vijay Mallya, his defense lawyer, Claire Montgomery, did most of the talking. She was really arguing why the case should be overturned based on technical legal reasons. That's the only reason why this appeals court could overturn the decision. So a lot of the arguments were very dry and technical in nature. There was one moment or two when the appeals court judge did say that some of her arguments were inadmissible because it had involved evidence that had already been decided that would not be appropriate for this appeals case. We can expect Claire Montgomery to speak more tomorrow. She will be continuing her arguments, and then in the afternoon it will be Mr. Summers, who represents the Indian government, arguing back on the appeals case. The case is expected to last 3 days, and at the end of the third day, which is Thursday, it is unlikely a decision will be made. That will only happen in a month or so. What is interesting is that Vijay Mallya, normally the showman, decided to not enter through the front door at the starting of his case, but to pick a side door. He did later talk to the press, but said very little, saying, "You're in court, you are hearing the arguments." Mandy Clark, World is One, WION, London.